my wee bobbags, my fellow Celtic fans, my fellow Celtic fans, subscribers, I'm back. Your Glasgow genuine is back. Sorry for I was away for a wee while. It's been too long since I saw you. Since I saw you. Sorry. I'd love to say sorry. I'll record for you some pure special video. As always do. Yeah, Glasgow genuine traffic on it. So I'm back. Of course, Celtic Maddie. So last 2 weeks, news months. Disaster transfer window. Celtic being out for Champions League, didn't qualify. And Celtic Board is talking shite at their pish, still shite. So let me just focus on that first, because this is a mare. I suppose every one of you remember, every Celtic fan of course remember the 30th of August when the Hoops didn't qualify to the Champions League. I suppose every one of us heard about it, and it still hurts. Because that was a disaster. It wasn't like, look, the boys didn't play like the champions, like the 4th in a row champions of Scotland. Something happened with the level. Something happened. Something strange is happening inside. Celtics FC. And I'll tell you who's 100%, let me highlight that, 100% responsible for Celtic's almost disaster. That Celtic is on the verge of falling down. Of course, Celtic Board. I still blaming Brendan Rodgers because he's a serious and great man who cares about Celtic. He wants to improve the squad. Who doesn't let him do that? Of course, those at the highest level. So of course, the Celtic Board. Of course, Mr. Nicholson, who's a CEO, never spoke to the fans. He's a chief executive and he never spoke to the fans. A fucking Peter O'Well. What they are actually doing, just sitting on their seats and collecting money. How can you call that? Because that's the one explanation of all that shit. What they're up to. They're putting Celtic, our beloved Celtic, on the verge of disaster, on the verge of falling down. We cannot allow it. We Celtic fans cannot allow it. Just remember that. Of course, when's the disaster, right? 30th of August disaster. Let me just, I don't want to remind it to you that much. We Kairat when Celtic didn't qualify the Champions League, but just do that. So sometimes you need time to let the results. Need time to let the result think. As you can talk about it on the 30th of August night. Was one of those nights. Celtic is out of the Champions League, as you know. After a goalless draw in Almaty, Pinna's defeat to Kairat. It was painful, man. It was cruel, and it was all too familiar, man. So, for the first whistle, Celtic were on the front foot. Rodgers says it aside, pressing high, moving the ball with confidence, and forcing Kairat back towards their own box. McGregor kept the things that taken in midfield. McGregor keeping things taken in midfield, and just him. And there's still no fucking backup for him. Where they living? Where the Celtic Board is living in the imaginary world. In fucking fantasy babble. They're living. What they're up to. So Tierney drove down the flank and I just made a hasn't been around the penalty area. So the early signs were good. But the 10th minute, but Celtic looked sharper and hungrier, pushing hard for an opener. A couple of dangerous crosses flash across goal, and the Cairo defence looked rattled, as you know. Sorry for that. But as the minutes ticked on, as the story unfolded. Position was there, control was there, was there available, wasn't it? Half chances were wasted, passes went astray. And whenever Celtic looked like breaking through a chance fizzle out. In the 25th minute, frustration was already mounting and away end. Celtic should have been ahead. Instead, it was goalless. And the nerves began to creep in. The half-time whistle blew as Celtic on top 0-0 to show but for it. The tie remained balanced at 0-0 on aggregate. So the second half started the way at first had ended. Celtic dominant, Celtic pressing, Celtic creating. Real Celtic. That's how they should be. The boys had more possession, more territory, more efforts on goal, but still no breakthrough. In the 52nd minute came that moment every fan thought that would change the night. A thundering effort looked at a certain to find the net, but Kierat's young goalkeeper, Demirlan Amberkov, produced a brilliant block. So that was a kind of stop changes now and the games that Celtic would discover just how much it mattered. So the chances kept coming. Made it work tirelessly. We pushed and they dropped. What happened with our Celtic Japanese samurai? He vanished into thin air. And the midfield, fade ball. After ball went, I don't know. He didn't refused to bulge. In the 65th minute, the groans were louder and louder. Like, cheese that, boo. But I think it was too familiar. Celtic wasteful, the opponent surviving the clock ticking down. And when the final whistle was at 90 minutes, I was sickened inevitably about it. I felt extra time. Alright, that more minutes that Celtic never should have needed. The boys pushed again and this 100th minute almost broke the deadlock. 10 minutes after, Mina has a chance to game that get through the one out of the keeper. Couldn't convert. Another chance gone, another groan. On 220 minutes, it was written all over every face now. Penalties. That dreaded word. What followed was agony. Celtic stepped up first and they get 8 penalties. Heart sank. McGowan was also stopped in Maedas. Young Timirlan Aberkov, just 20 years old man, is Takara's hero. 3 saves, all in the season, not a break in Celtic hits. Garrett scored 3, Celtic scored only 2, the boys were out. For Rodgers, the anger was visible. He knows, because he knew. I was already said repeatedly that squad isn't complete. The Hoop squad isn't complete. Of course it isn't complete. But who doesn't let him do that? To complete the squad? To make it work? Who doesn't let him do that? Of course Celtic Board. Fucking chief executives and directors. Sorry, blah, but my anger is complete, man. And see me, Kazakhstan. I repeat like the squad is not complete either. And these finishes. And need reinforcements. He repeats that hundreds times every single time. The Hoop squad needs reinforcement. Like a killer instinct will cost us, you know. So that 30th of August proved him right in the most brutally possible. For the fans, it's been another cycle of bitter disappointment. It's cruel, man. Cruel way to get out of the Champions League. But it's also a reminder. Europe doesn't forgive wastefulness. You can't pass the praise in your way. A group stage they score goals. Rodgers knows it. The players know it. The fans know it. The question now is whether the Celtic Board knows it. Well, whether they will finally act on it. I'd love to see that. Right. First Glasgow Derby. Glasgow Derby on 1st of September, man. What was that? Celtic played with zombies. With Sevco. What was that? Celtic rode into Ibrox for a bear this season with one thing. I studied the ship for 1,000 to travel across Glasgow in green and white. It's always a risk to travel to the fucking Ibrox for us Celtic fans. As we know that we're going to be insulted. There will be hundreds of insults thrown at us. So, but we're still going, supporting Celtic, even to the fucking Ibrox. Better ship not 1,000 up to travel Glasgow green and white. If it was a champagne football, silencing the booze. It was about show and fight. Fucking square go on. Keeping control and proving it as again who the real champions of Scotland are. Celtic just got a champions title. Fourth time in a row. So I wish to see that. I'd love to see that. Celtic winning 5th champions title in a row. I'd love to see that. But in order to do that, Celtic Board should act. Show a renewal plan. I let Brendan Rodgers act. As he wants. As he needs reinforcements, alright. He needs improvements, alright. Should be alright, man. Also just ended, that match ended. They got that 0-0 draw. What should I tell you is that the boys had hundreds of chances. Of course, that Tate got a chance in 54th minute. Maeda, of course, got a chance. McGregor had a chance to score in the match with Zombies. But I have to admit that football with Zombies was flat, sloppy, with energy out there. I thought they can't keep playing this tempo. Sevco are dangerous. Celtic's ability to turn possession to clear gave them their encouragement. The best opportunity of the half fell into Hatate, as I mentioned, but a strike lacked conviction and the keeper gathered easily. The whistle went and Celtic trudged off out of the bar and it led to a shot for it. Rodgers half time, that should be about urgency, movement, bravery in possession. So, but in the minute game restarted, the pattern was familiar. Celtic probed a home side throughout both sets and I wonder anyone could actually produce the decisive moment. In 54th minute, Hatate got a chance but lost it. I mean, alright, McGregor tried his luck again for distance, but without backup, he looks knackered. He needs a backup. He can't be alone in the midfield. Why it's so hard to understand, I don't know, for the Celtic Board. They see that Celtic is, falling down. Celtic is on the verge of disaster. How can they act that way? As fucking clowns. I don't get it, sorry. I just don't. So you have to credit that I didn't allow. I'm so rattled. Back for hip shape. That ended goalless. Midfield close space. The pressure in the cauldron. Ibrox was intense. But the hoops didn't fold. The closing stages saw Celtic best spell. Worked tirelessly. McGregor led it by example pushing his teammates up the pitch, urging them to press harder. Yet the breakthrough never came. Once that translate on, but snatch at it. Not scrub it a 6-yard when it ended. Hack clearance. Still no goals, but we move forward. The final whistle brought a mixture of relief and disappointment. Because that was one disallowed goal of Zombies. Zombies scored. Kind of scored. But that was a relief, man. That their goal was disallowed. Wow. A point apiece. Honours even, no bragging rights, handed over. On paper, 0-0 draw at Ibrox isn't disastrous. Celtic remain unbeaten. The league and 6 points clear at the top. The fans stood firm in that hostile environment. And for all the him at first noise, it couldn't lang and a telling blow. But a scratch beneath the surface, do you see the nagging issues? Lack of cutting edge. Lack of tempo. Manager who doesn't look like he has the tactical solutions he had once did. Celtic fans, amongst them, who realise that squad is got people of mer. It should be showing it. Rodgers afterwards spoke about needing quality in the final third. That's not news to anyone. The transfer window approaches. The close with gaps are still the close, and there's perfect frustrations hasn't been addressed. For now, the frustrations lingers. The frustration lingers, and it's still growing. And England, the champions, showed resilience, but no ruthlessness. And I that left us in simply we need more because being Celtic isn't about settling for a stalemate. We progress. And I'm just about to publish my next article, which is about Celtic transfer window summary. What's actually happening with Celtic? As I mentioned, something strange is happening with the beloved Celtic. Most of the fans say that Celtic Board should be blamed for that. All the shade. Some say that manager Brendan Rodgers is one who should be blamed as well. But it's the truth in all this. The frustration around Celtic fans and Paris is growing as the Hoops lost 2 matches already with Kairat and Mati, as I mentioned, didn't qualify the Champions League. The performance were not brilliant at all. Last but not least, the boys, of course, during the last match with Sefco, didn't steal the show. They should steal it as the real Champions League. So, I'm asking you, Celtic Board, what's happening with the Celtic? What are our alliance and champions? I'm saying all this with such grief in my heart, because as we are Celtic fans, it hurts. Something wrong is happening with our team, especially after last Wednesday's disaster with Kairat. Obviously, it still hurts. It still hurts. But Celtic fans have to stand up and move again. Well, what about summer transfer window? It's not closed. Was it brilliant? No. Are we disappointed? Aye. I think it's both Celtic supporters transfer window was a total disaster, and I agree with him. Why that is? How that is, man? How? You not demand. How? You not ponder. How? How's that? You not ponder. You not ponder. Why? You demand. How? Thinking that's through Glasgow, genuinely sorry. I'm pure crazy as Glasgow, sorry. It's me in a traffic cone. Right. Move to the point. There is still no proper striker. There's still no proper striker. I don't know how is that a problem to find a proper striker to replace Kyogo. I don't know. Since January. Celtic Board is since the incoming to find one of his calibre. And midfield areas. Celtic captain Callum McGregor seems to be tired, bearing all this on his shoulders with no backup. In my view, if you're a captain, you need a rest. Sometimes you need backup or support. I tell you more, the Celtic Board tried to sign exciting new striker, Jacob Brown, a Danish star who's very, very skilled. Can score dozen goals as playing on both right to left wings. To continue, this transfer failed, as the Celtic Board offered Brown low bid for transfer. He refused his man better offer. Something happened with Casper Dolberg. Mobile striker with pedigree in Belgium, France, and Netherlands would have been the ideal striker. Signing for Celtic, but guess what happened? Again, Celtic Board offered him too low bid. As a consequence, he rejected the deal with Celtic and moved to Ajax. To continue, Celtic signed a couple of new players such as Michael Angebalaquisha, Kalei Hanaho, Sebastian Dunek, Marcelo Saraki, Yamahis Pusi, Shinya Yamada, Hayata Inamura. But Celtic is still short in key position let me remind you, Mickey Balikwisha is a dynamic and direct left-winger, known for his explosive acceleration, sharp dribbling, distinctive goal threat. So it's good because Celtic needs some who can score goals. Clechi in that, he got a brilliant vision, dribbling, athleticism, speed, and strong finishing. But is he a support for Callum McGregor? Well, I don't think so, as the Hoops captain operates alone in the midfield, and still no proper help has arrived. Sebastian Tonecki, Tunisian international, winger known for his dribbling with a flair, proficient passer, chance creator. The big question is if Tonecki will be a brilliant chance creator. Glasgow, well, he's not a striker, but it may show what he's capable of. Marcello is the lack of last Celtic and he's badly balanced ball control. The brilliant time will tell. Yamahi Simpson Bussy recently signed for Celtic in that quick centre back, but again, he's not in the back in it. Callum McGregor. In the midfield as an attacker. Is he worth such money? I don't know. Another of disasters which happened to Celtic. Failed transfer windows. This one included mistakes that have been made. Celtic Board is acting like nothing has ever happened. What is the matter? They're getting stuck in this shade. Ruining this club. We fans hold dear. Celtic Board, as I mentioned in my latest articles, is leading Celtic into a abyss of darkness. Into fucking abyss of darkness, aye. Into a dark hollow. Or through the pitch dark path. With no sense of direction at all. That's the truth, because Celtic Board has no sense of direction at all. They are reckless, clueless, ambitionless. I'm just wondering here why Celtic's board CEO Nicholson has got that courage. Hasn't he got that courage to face us Celtic fans or to present renewal plans for Celtic? Why he can just talk to us? Fans, you want to know what's the plan if there are a chance to improve the club squad to make it stronger. I suggest Mr. Nicholson to act immediately as well to show the renewal plan has got in his pocket. I'm sure of that. He just doesn't want to present it to Celtic fans, behaving like a clown, hiding in a cave at the same time. So answering a second question, Celtic Board is 100% responsible for Celtic's being on the verge of falling down, on the verge of disaster. Not manager Brendan Rodgers. It was a serious one, and he wants Celtic to get stronger. Well, there's some good news as the tide is turning against Celtic Board. And we fans are no longer blind. We are no longer going to tolerate this shit. So the Celtic fans produced a statement last week, asking Celtic Board to show renewal plan, to talk to them, to start acting. Show renewal plan for Celtic. Just simply act, man. Simple as that. As simple as that. We fans asking you to do that. Bear in favour made Celtic be a little bit for placing and insulting offers. And also bringing this club down. So latest news is Celtic fans put their heads up. That statement recently, as I mentioned, putting pressure on Celtic Board. We fans, Celtic fans, put pressure on that Celtic Board. Say, start acting, stop this fucking shite. Please help our club to stand up again, as we're not going to stop fighting. Everything is still possible, man, for Celtic Lions. Champions title, treble, and progress in Europe. Celtic Board, just wake up, start acting, and show your renewal plan. I want to say that. I want to fucking say that. So, your Glasgow genuine and Celtic Dafty is going to teach you some Glasgow expressions as a start last week, and then the Glasgow reading. What should I teach you? Blithering gossip. Alright. For that book, of course, hold my chips, I've dropped away. That's purely brilliant, man. She's a talk all this steamy. It means everybody is presently gossiping about her. Hold my chips, I've dropped away means I wasn't concentrating on what you were saying. Give me a bit of gossip all the time. I just love that. It means I love a bit of scandal. See what they call busy folk. Believe me, they never are busy. I stop telling you how they are. You like to feel important. Don't be daft enough to put a beef nut with that in your mouth at the same time. You're not over here and stay like this stoning. Watch what you say. Oh, you just know it. Oh, a hairdresser who made it go like good. Taxi driver. It means she talks all the time and knows everyone's business. The folk who think they know it, or a red pin, and like they are so on that day. It means there are some knows all around. Some folk gossip is so interesting. You almost have that you knew in person when we were talking about. People enjoy hearing interesting bits about others. To that, well, nothing. It's just as the chat out the bag. It means that person can't keep a secret. She's ticklish folk are just saying what everybody else is thinking. It means some people just blurt out the truth of the matter. The lot think they're at eggs or have two yolks. It means they think they're a superior. Believe me that the one's the right warmer. It means the person is worth the watching. Are you paying your nosy club? It means are you finding out what's going on? Phone's a blathering skate. It means a rather nasty person won't shut up. Away to hell. It means you're surely kidding. Aye, right. As a Glasgow thing. Aye, right. That'll correct. That'll be correct. Pull the other one. Yeah. I believe anything. If somebody whispers it to me, I tend to believe something. It's whispered in my ear. Away you go means wow. Would you believe it? Means that's amazing. Alright. Next part. Okay? Alright. Now, some Glasgow par expressions. I started as well. So. She says that it is number one. Oh. Ah means off. That means off. Awfully. I. That's I. I'm not. I'm Ernie. Ain on. Iron. Affronted, embarrassed. Ready, embarrassed as well. Affronted, you got affronted and ready, which is embarrassed, right? Along. Always. Amongst, I'm not. Yeah, right. Are you ready? Are you right? Are you ready? Are you right? Are you right, man? To do so. Aren't. Old. Oh, awful. Away a place. Beat. Aye, yes. Right, man. Babes, excellent. Backy, tobacco. Backa, behind. Backside, fura. Inside out. Badness, spite. Baggies. Minnows. Hooky, backside. Both. Baltic. Pure cold. Baltic and nippy means very cold. Bammy daft. Bampot, isn't it? Sorry, insane. Banjot. Punched. Again. Berlin in prison. Barrow. Barras, famous market in Glasgow. Bashed nibs. Bobby, Hofpenny. Bazooka's drunk. Beamer. Glasgow has hundreds of expressions of being drunk, but I tell you after. Beamer, red face. Fucking Beamer, I got to see him. Oh. Beat it. Just beat it. And beat it. Fucking beat it. Go away. Bedraggled in a terrible condition. B1, head off. Bezer, good, great. Belongs to Kim Fit. Also now show ownership that. Who belongs to that scarf? Belter. She's a belter. Different for the rest. Ugh, love that song. Bender, heavy drinking session. Alright. Bender, hangover cure. Bender, alright. Bevy and Swally, alcoholic drink. Bade, stay. Big, most important, big who's present. Big picture, the main feature at the cinema. Picture. Belly boy, bingo bus. Berlin, turning around. Black Maria. Sorry. Bluddered as well as drunk. Blast a portion of food to drink. Bleffer, gossip chap. Blast drunk as well. Bloodsucker. Earthworm, mainly. Used by the veins. blood drunk as well. So I have 3 already. Bloodert. 2, sorry, blitz. Bloodert. And bloodert. Drunk, blow, drunk as well. Boggin, very dirty. It's very dirty. It's monkey, clay, mucket, boggin as well. Bones, heat. Of Glasgow Potter. Is it him now? Bonnie, pretty, bora, borrow, bother, trouble. Brammed up. I'm brammed up, man, in this Celtic blouse now. In my traffic cone. Brasnake, try to get away. I doing nothing. It's something that you know is wrong. Bro, nice. Babble. Great, weep. Back it. Throw out. Boy just wear his socks with drugs and bombs. Bam, steal, swindle. Defraud, dismiss it for work. Ban it. Fuck, hold back a Barney. Hold it, touch her waist in a barrel. Employment exchange job center. Social security. Bad away. Bad way. I'm going to continue this and this next time as well. In my next video. It will be shorter, we use. Shorter. Will not be fat. But reading, continue reading as well. I read to use a fragment from my 5th book, Glasgow. By the way, but a great writer, John Kearney. So Kearney, I suppose you know of him. So Glasgow, by the way, but celebrating aside. So Glasgow, because Glasgow should be celebrated. Trust me. I'm telling you this as a Glasgow genuine and a Glasgow lover. So a wee fragment of the practice a Glasgow accent, alright? Just for a wee while. Wee bit. Let me do that. See me. I'm a sparrow. That's right. A bird, wee bird. No, lassie. Can you no see my feathers? Like my accent? I come from Glasgow. That makes me Glasgow sparrow. I don't mind that. No. Not a bit. Mind you, I really want it. Mind you, I say it times. Because I'm a full Sunday name, a passer domesticus. Now tell me that. That's a late Latinus. There's no much here where I come from. But imagine being stuck in my the streets. Passer. Does your mo know you're about? You're out? No. Come on, domesticus. Guess your par. No, I think stick a sparrow. It sounds dead right for me. And anyhow, sorry, but I got used to it. So there's, but the name I hate is Pog. There's a kind of name there that you call a Hearts country. And not right for a Glasgow Kelly. Breaks motor, build like myself. I mean, it's a kind of sound like if I go on the frog. Is it no? No, I don't like spook. I don't like hooky birdie, but I just get a few one and the old green women. When they throw out, they're so bright. They're windies and winter. Sorry for that. Don't break it up, man. For 8 wins like this. So, I just them sometimes that fellas that I'm here and take my big run here panel off. Mind you, man. He'll eat most anything, but get a good tray on the any road. My mother, any says, you can get anything. A pig, that's saying like a Disney back. You can try a wee nibble. I think it's no to eat much on anything. She wasn't a bad bird and mother. Oh. She brought us under the tenement roofs, you know. But a run babe me, I got her just a sleaze there at the wings and being the babe there. What does it mean? Aye, yeah, my father be a right nosy be a grass go my football park. And a bit of straw or a captor old stable. No, that stable no. Made a fancy more there now. There's a bit of straw for that. Used to feed the horse. At any road, my sparrow da, my fine, please for us. My wee brother, Chappie, was the baby. And me, my mother da, Chicky, goes out the south, and then looking at came out a shell. Even your own mother, neither couldn't say you were beautiful. We had grey gaps on our heads, black breasts, pale wally faces, because we are turned out to know that bike that country, but I've looked at Russian nightingales. And I pointed that away that knee beat at the same tenement. And the green folk. And about the exhalation of larks, you know what I mean? You know what I mean, man? Maturation of starlings. God in heaven, the hair to racket. As some starlings makes all day buildings a size center. So nice, my God. I was trying to pronounce it properly, man. Size center. That's fine. is for a murder. Crows. I couldn't believe it. We were anyway saying that keep away the crows. Because it went sooner. A bacon ear eye. And pass the time all day. So the wit. It's for permanent was. They've got a name, being clever just because the actors did anything. They've got insomnia or something. But they're sitting in high branch, staring with the big eyes into the dark. What's like that? It's with a bare bed, like the rest of us. Although I must say, I've never seen a lot in Glasgow, so I've never said they're not always in Glasgow, man. Maybe they are in Scottish Highlands. They're in the state in night either. And one day what they just in the bird books, sorry. And we're in the sparrows. It sounds that right for us. Know what I mean? We're not much for going about in gangs of flocks was a masters what the Barbary Bar come up with. Aye, my keeps yourselves and yourselves. The more folk you have about, the more chance of arguments and bother. You see it with the geese. Some of the big things they are anti. It's quacking at each either and at the same time. No wonder it goes in the times that reckon make our seagulls are the worst. They don't even talk your language. They're about par. They're about around about their dogs are shrieking and just swearing all the time. They could only say a quarrel. Seagulls. I'm glad. I'm not one of them. I must be awfully cold sitting with your arse in the cold water most of the time. I'm going to continue reading this Spara de Bara chat for Glasgow by the way, but tomorrow. During my next video, right? So I'm going to continue this. Glasgow part reading, teaching you Glasgow expressions for that book and that book. Alright, what I'm going today, next time, I'm going to talk about Celtic, of course, some Celtic news, plus another match report. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to teach you some Glasgow stuff as well. Continue teaching us Glasgow stuff. As I'm going to present you next places in Glasgow that you shouldn't miss. Alright. And what else? What else I'm gonna do is I'm going to start to teach you some history of Scotland. And I'm going to start teaching you about Scottish clans and tartans. Hope you'll be so you'll be so interested in. You'll so be watching this. So hopefully it'll be pure fine. And I started learning Scottish Gaelic. So maybe in the future, aye. But for now on, see you after. My wee bugs, my wee subscribers, my fellow Celtic fans, you're Glasgow genuine here, Traffic Connie, and Celtic Maddie. Wishing you pure, very pure, fucking dead brilliant afternoon. See you shortly.